Welcome back. In this video, we're going to discuss loops, a way to execute a block of code a number of times. Now, Java provides three main loops: for loops, while, do while. Let's take a look. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a new project. So new Java project. I'm going to call it Java Loops. Go next and finish. Inside Java Loops, we're going to create a package. I'm going to call it com.javaprograms.javaloops. Go finish. And inside of that, we're going to create our class. I'm going to call it Java Loops. And finish. I'm going to get rid of this and also this. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the for loop. For loop is a structure that lets you repeat a piece of code a defined number of times. So here's how you do it. The first thing you do, you start with the keyword called for and open parentheses, and you can see Eclipse closes it for you. And inside here, we're going to have three statements. And the first one, we're going to say int I is equal to 0. I'm going to say then I is less than 10, I plus plus. And then we're going to open curly braces and say system.out.println hello. And we're going to append, so plus I. So as you remember from previous videos, this plus here, we're not adding this to here, hello and I. We're just appending because this is a text, this is string. So we are appending, we are gluing together this string with, which is this I here. So let's go through everything here. So what are we saying here? We're saying that the first thing we do is create a variable I of type int and set it to 0. And then we said I is less than 10. So we're saying while I is less than 10, we're going to go ahead and loop through this code here. Just run this. And then as we run it, we're going to increment the number I, which is going to be showing here. So let's save it and run it and see. Run as Java application. There we go. So as you can see, it went through. It says, okay, I know that I is 0. While I is less than 10, just go through and run this piece of code here inside this curly braces here. And then as we run it, just print out hello and I, which is the number of iterations. So what's happening here is it's saying, okay, well, I is 0. If it's 0, so it goes to the next statement, says 0 is less than 10. Is that true? Yes, it's true. Well, then increment that 0 to 1 and go ahead and run this. And this is what you see here. Hello, 0. And goes to the next one. Well, it says now I is not 0 anymore, it's 1. And goes 1 is less than 10. Yes, it's true. Then increment that and show hello 1. And goes through until this statement here doesn't hold true anymore, which means until it gets, let's say, 10. 10 is less than 10. Well, that's not true. That's why you don't see a 10 here. You just see a 9 because 9 is always less than 10. That was the for loop. Now, how do we do while loop? Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to say int my var is equal to 10. So we initialize in a variable of type int and give it a number 10. While loop, we go while, open parentheses, and we say while my var is less, let's say, than 19, and then we have braces there, system, let's give a space, system.out.println. We can say then value of my var, and then we can say is my var. Like that. We're going to make sure that we increment my var, so my var plus plus, and then let's break the line. System.out.println. We're going to put backslash and n. What this means is saying, okay, once we're done, just break this line here. Go to the next line. create a new line. So /\n, just for new line. Okay, so whenever you see this, that's what it means. All right, so let's give it a test and then we're gonna go over everything. But before that, let's comment this out. Save and run as Java application. There it is. So as you can see here, so we have my var equals to 10, and we say while this statement here is true, so while my var is less than 19, I want to go ahead and print value of my var, and of course I pass in this var, so as it goes through it will just keep counting, and then I'm incrementing it. So I'm saying as it goes through, the first time adds 1 to my var, the second time adds another 1, so each time adds 1, 1, 1. That's how you can see here it says 10, then it goes to 11, 12, 13, up to 18. It stops at 18. So that's how you do the while loop. Very simple. The next one is going to be do while loop. A do while loop, as you will see, is pretty much the same as the while loop, except a do while loop will always run at least one time. And you will see why. So you go do, that's how we start a do while, and we open and close, and then we say while. Just like this while here, we can say while my var is less than 19. And we're going to say inside of this here, we're going to say system.out.println. Let's say again, value of my var. I'm going to append my var. As we go through, we're going to say my var plus plus, so we're incrementing it. We're not going to use this line breaker here. We're just going to leave it the way it is. That way you don't have these spaces here, so you can see it. So that's your do. So essentially you say do, you open curly braces, and you put the code you want it to run, and at the end, that's when you say while my var is less than 19. Let's see how this is going to run. The first thing also we're going to do, we're going to just go ahead and comment this out here. Save it, and let's run. There we go. We got value of my var is 10 through 18. So pretty much the same results as we got before, but this one you use if you want to make sure at least this runs once. Great job. In this video, you'll learn how to do a for loop, a while, and a do while. As you can see, these are very powerful skills to have in Java because allow you to do a lot of things that you don't have to do automatically. The program goes and does it for you. Very, very powerful. Well, congratulations, and I'll see you in the next video.